1, 2, 3. Request all the students to come and stand there for a photo session. Then it's come. With the audience, best if you want to submit it. Sanjay Kumar, Ashok Reddy, Jeevan, Kapilan, Aishwarya, Dinesh, from 9 o'clock. Sai Teja, Janani, from the 9 o'clock, Jani Ravi Prasad, 9 here, 9, 10, 11. Darshini. Give me stand. 11, please 11. One to 8, 9, 17 down. Ananya, 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 11, 12, 13, 6. So like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Second
Ma'am, ma'am, check.
Check.
Supervisor.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Dr. MG Education and Research Institute, MGR, IGEN, ENSAVCLub, I warmly welcome you all to the STT for Energy Youth Quiz Presentation organized under the MGR, IGEN, ENSAVCLub. Today's program focuses on youth participation towards establishing sustainable development goals, highlighting the roles of education, innovation, and energy awareness in building a sustainable future. Now, I invite Mr. Viraj from the Department of CSE, PS and AI to deliver the welcome address and formally begins today's program.
A very good evening to one and all present here. With great pride and warmth, I welcome you all to the SDG for Energy Youth Quiz Presentation organized by Energy Saving Awareness Club of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. It is truly an honor to host this meaningful gathering that brings together young minds, passionate educators, and respected guests, all united by one purpose: advancing sustainable development through innovation. To those who present here physically, thank you for joining us and filling this hall with your energy and enthusiasm. To our online audience watching the live stream, we are equally delighted to have you with us. Even though you are joining virtually, your presence and support means a lot to us. Today's session is special not only because of its focus on SDG for energy, but also because our presenters come from diverse disciplines such as computer science, biotechnology, civil, mechanical, EC, and IT. Their idea reflects the future: creative, responsible, and solution-oriented. These students are here to present concepts that can contribute to a cleaner, more efficient, and sustainable world. I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to our esteemed dignitaries, Dr. L. Ramesh sir, Joint Registrar, EPA, Dr. Ejiraj sir, Dean, ENT, Dr. Kanya ma'am, Dean Student Affairs, Dr. Silva sir, and Dr. E. Kapna ma'am, Dean, Senior Research Council. Your guidance and continuous support inspire every initiative of the ENSAVCLub, and we are truly honored by your presence today. This event stands as a strong reminder that youth leadership plays a key role in driving sustainable energy solutions. As we begin, I encourage everyone, both here and online, to stay engaged, support our presenters, and appreciate the initiative spirit on display today. Once again, a warm welcome to all. Let us move forward with positivity, curiosity, and shared commitment to a sustainable future.
Thank you. Now, I invite Dr. L. Ramesh, Joint Registrar, EPA, to deliver the opening remarks, sharing his insight on the importance of sustainability and youth development. So,
Thank you. Thank you so much. And it was a very happy moment today. First, with a very happy note that Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute is now the United Nations Academic Impact Partner from February 2025. So you all aware that Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute initiated the Sustainable Development Goal activities from year 2017 through the institution of Green Engineer Energy Saving Club, and in aligned with a lot of other activities. And it was a very happy moment that when we initiated, after that we had received some green award, we had received the Sustainability Impact Award, second run in India. Like that, a lot of milestones are there. With respect to that milestone, we had applied to the United Nations Academic Impact, and we are now the partner with UNA. We call it as UNA Academic Partner. So through that UNA Academic Partner, one of the initiatives, we initiated the concept called STG Warriors, the concept of STG Warriors, and through that STG Warriors concept, so we had initiated the new concept and communicated to all the departments, and insisted all the department to select the department STG Warriors. That process is still going on. And Energy Saving Club. So this Energy Saving Club initiated a lot of activities related to the energy triangle. You all aware that energy triangle, which consists of energy conservation as the major role and energy efficiency, that is the triangle second part, and the third part is energy, renewable energy. So these three layers will be converted as the energy triangle. So this energy triangle, we need to make it very optimistic and be responsible for it. For that purpose, we had coined the event STG for energy. It is not the STG for energy. So I'm happy that another happy moments that today we have 17 speakers from all the engineering and technology department. Not only 17 speakers, one speaker is going to give the representation of the summary of all the SDG goals, and the other speaker is going to present what are the goals which is aligned with respect to that. With respect to that, so it is a happy note that so this is the first initiative which we had, and the same in aligned to that we are planning to have mentioned as all the department SDG various presentation and all the faculty SDG various presentation. So that is what the which we had. The primary objective again, this is the so motivate our youth, we call it as Gen Z youth. They a lot of things that people are talking about Gen Z, correct? Yeah. But Gen Z youth also will talk about STG. That is what we all are here, correct? Because Gen Z been famous for a lot of other type of activities, which is not technical, right? It is not technical. We all Gen Zs are very happy with all other activities, but that Gen Zs we can able to make that, we can showcase to the world that our MGR Gen Zs are capable of doing youth pitch presentation on sustainable development. That is what we are on here. I'm very happy and appreciate all the speakers and for who given the concern to be part of with us. I hope that so this journey, maybe the last 2 weeks, 10 days, will be a very good experience for you. Sharing, creating that is absorbing a lot of content related to the particular SDG goal. I see then you can able to now know the importance of the SDGs. So before let us examine, I can tell you 10 days before how you are, now how you are. That will showcase you. So again, this is the initial start of MGR, and our main objective is from MGR another 1 year, within next 6 months or 1 year, we want to have representation in United Nations conferences. So there is a lot of United Nations aligned conferences are there across the globe, including youth conference, lot of conferences are going on. That youth conference, our students has to be a representative of MGR and you want to present their STG related activities. So that is actually the ultimate aim. So the journey started MGR today from Madurai to where? United Nations, where all the United Nations offices are there. All the countries we have different South Asia office is there, like that the Asia Pacific office is there, and then the European Union office is there, American office is like that, all the offices, different lot of programs are there. So my happy request, because if you want to know the STD values of engineering and technology, you can call it just like that. Okay. So you search it in the internet and come out with a lot of things. So there is some competition related to the STD or there is some presentation. So we can able to give you the another guidance how you can be able to take it forward. Right? So that will be the ultimate objective of this part. Okay. So and not only that, so this all goal which you taken as and consider this goal is of your favorite. Okay. So you start some initiative related to that. It is not only the talk. You can do some session today, you can talk some today, and you can leave. That is one part. But other than that, you if this is your favorite, like your favorite cricketer, who is your favorite cricketer?
Virat Kohli, sir.
Virat. Don't even think 90%. Correct? So like favorite cricketer, favorite actors. So our MCR students are big must they have the favorite goal. So you take this as the favorite goal and start very small initiative related to that particular STD goal. Okay, that is what actually is needed, and We will be, MGR will be very happy, particularly our president will be very happy. Today I conveyed this poster to our president, and sir was very happy, and sir told to do ask the students to do well, and our president is ready to sponsor the ones. Okay, for the travel accommodation and all. But only thing we have to proudly tell Sai Veda is going to present in United Nations New York. Okay, inside the United Nations. That word has to be there. That management is ready to do all other wealth. So you know that how the financial model is there. So that angle you can come for. And see, today there is you are the speaker of STT goal. So it will be reflected in your biodata. Correct? So like that, your 2 pages of CV, 3 pages of CV to be reflected with STT goal. Yes, your job is guaranteed. Mostly all are second year and third year. So maximum all are second year. So at least you have 2 or 3 pages of biodata to be reflected with STD. That itself enough for you. For your lifetime career. So keep in that mind, travel with us so that we can able to get all the essences and all the benefits like. Okay. Thank you so much, and thank you our engineering and technology dean, Ithrai sir. Thank you, sir, and thank you our additional resident officer, sir, always supporting us, and for the for all other activities. And also, thank you all the department HODs who nominated the students, and particularly I need to give you a very special thanking note to 2 persons here. I don't know if you all are here, but when we had ENSAVCLub committee, but I can tell we had a very super ENSAVCLub committee. Why I am very super? Because we got a very challenge for that. Kavita ma'am? We got a very challenge for that. That is what I am telling. Even that Yuvraj and Rutresh come forward here. Yuvraj and Rutresh. So they two are the overall coordinator. They had initiated this activity just 1.5 months back. So they had went all the classes and come back and sit. They wait for entertainment. So they had 2 days. They had full promotion in all the campuses. Not second year, all the second year, and very see upset and sit inside my room and tell sir, I went all the classes that only one students given the concerns are like that. So it started like that. Okay, it started like that. But after that, so then I thought, so okay, we need to do some other strategy. So then Kavita ma'am came into the picture. Then madam discussed with all the HOD, and I think how many rehearsals already done? 3-4 rehearsals already done. And very super. Thank you so much, guys. You too, particularly for initiating this activity, and Kavita ma'am and all the students who participated for the review, and we all are here. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Mr. Raj, Senior Additional Expert, to address the gathering. So,
my dear colleague, Dr. Ramesh, respected Dean Engineering Technology, Dr. Ithrai sir, Madam Dr. Kavita, faculty, friends, and beloved students. Indeed, I'm really happy that a vibrant around 19, 18 people are there with full of energy as what the people who are right now in the war front. When you sit in the war front, you have to be charged. At the same time, you have to be very vigilant and then clear about the objective. So with everything that we have seen, that too at the time 6:30, most of the campus are vacated. So, but you are here without bothering about the others what are doing. Dear students, please. In many forums, we have already discussed about RRPKD. See, if you see the reality, there are a lot of inequalities in all of us, lot of inequalities. But most of these inequalities are not nature made, are only man made. See, even right now we are seeing that poor is getting more poor, then the richer is getting more rich also. And then an educated is more educated, but at the same time, an underprivileged society could not able to take the proper education also. So many such things. So even having a good hygienic life system also. And then yeah, what is the impact that we are creating through our knowledge system also. So when we get the knowledge, we are never bothering about through our knowledge, are we trying to live a sustained life ecosystem there among us or not? So the sustained in the sense, what is the impact of my knowledge on all these aspects? I mean, suppose if I am knowledgeable, I mean, you really bothered about helping the deprived who do not have the knowledge or see a person who is deprived of his basic amenities. Helping or not. So those things need to be properly addressed. So as professionals, our responsibility is more because most of these activities, especially the done on, our climate, that is the sustained life system, is totally promised by our knowledge system only. The more we are greedy, obviously what happens now, we use our knowledge and then we recklessly, polluted the other Mother Earth. Lot of mismanagement are happening there, but we're happy to see that these warriors, that too, the technological warriors, if we decide properly, definitely we can revert it back. So, one of the developments is by 2050, everybody is right now looking for a carbon neutral society. I think you are aware what I mean by carbon neutral society. So, in any of our activity, I should not emit CO2 or I should not take the natural carbon resources for my living. So these are some of the developments. So as an Indian, our reach is really, really potent. We have that ability, we have that knowledge also. So please, once you say a warrior, but really the warrior should also be doers also, not the speakers only. This is what our university is expecting. Our university is ready to, as already said, we are ready to support, the management is ready to support the change sector as far as this SDG is concerned. It is very, very important. So thanks to Dr. Ramesh and his team for pulling up all of us, including me and then all the faculty members, the entire university system for obtaining this SDG. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. Ethiraj, Dean and ENT, to take over the presentation at the sir.
Thank you. Respected additional minister, Dr. Visiting Sir, Dr. Ramesh, PE, and Dr. Kavita, PPE. See, actually, you may be wondering why do you want to all these functions or all these goals to be spread across the younger generation or even the older generation. See, we generally what we do is we never think about future and we try to be comfortable with the present day and spoil the nature. This is what happens. Not only that, even in the society, we do the same thing. We never bother about what is going to happen in the future. See, for example, you know that what is happening in Delhi. In the process, I mean, so many times they are saying polluted, they are not able to come out of it. See, ultimately you can see that the sufferer is you, none other. See, you are the person actually getting hit. You are having, I mean, bearing that impact. So, it is your responsibility to overcome these situations. See, especially in energy side, you know, there are two important things you got to think of it. Nowadays, we are saying we are going to replace all the internal combustion engines by electric vehicle. That means if suppose all the vehicles are converted to the electric vehicles, then where is the electricity? And how to produce the electricity to manage the entire automobile usage. So you have to think of how to generate the electricity. So you have to think of alternative fuels or alternative methods, whatever it is. And our first thing is that. Second thing is any advancement comes in the technology, it has its own positive as well as negative. See, we are nowadays talking about the cloud, then we are now recently talking about quantum computing, all those things. But you can see that the cloud or any server, they want to keep it as you know that it is kept under the sea. What is the reason for keeping a server inside under the sea is to cool it because it generates a lot of heat because it's continuously operating. Recently, I read an article. They said, Google is actually starting a very big project in Andhra. You know, Telangana, if I'm not correct, it's Telangana. So they said it's going to be a massive one, of course, but at the same time, the negative side of it is they need a lot of water up inside to cool the entire thing. So there is a possibility that it may dry out the close by areas. You have to be very careful about it. See, without making some alternative, it's going to be a problem. So, in such cases, we have to think of something where either you have to produce more energy or you have to save the energy and sustain. So, these are the only possibilities. So, creating more energy is not in our hand because you have some restrictions. At least you can save energy and then you can share it with others. So, with the note, I really appreciate the effort taken by ENSAVCLUB, especially Ramesh Ravidana, and all his teammates for such a wonderful occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. Kanya, Dean Student Affairs, to deliver the presentation address in case of participants for the first for sustainable habitat. So, ma'am will be joining us virtually.
Thank you. Thank you, Ramesh and Dr. Ramesh sir and the team for giving me this opportunity. Today, are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me? Okay. Hello. Today. Are you able to hear me? Yes, okay. STG Youth Pitch Presentation on STG 4 Energy. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dean Sir, Additional Registrar Sir, all the faculty members, student friends, and everyone. Today, it's an honor to speak on the topic STG 4 Energy Youth Pitch Presentation. This theme highlights the strong link between energy, education, clean energy, technology, and sustainable leadership, where engineering, IT, and management students plays a critical role. STG 4 energy connected with directly connected with two goals: STG for quality education and STG 4 for quality education and STG 7 for affordable and clean energy. Globally, nearly 770 million people still live without access to electricity, and mainly of them are students. In addition, around 3 billion people depends on polluting fuels for cooking and basic energy needs, which directly affect the health and learning capability of the capability and productivity. The goal energy sector is responsible for over 70% of greenhouse gas emission. If current trends continues, climate change will severely impact education system, infrastructure, and employment opportunities for the future generation. Now we have talked many things about SDG and SDG goals. Now it's time to action. We need the SDG in action. The simple small things and small actions, what we do and what we make others to do in day-to-day life will make a great impact on implementing SDG and reduce global warming, and it will create a safe and future globe for the future generation. Thank you all, and my best wishes to all the students who is going to present their present about the SDG today. All the best. Thank you.
thank the Honorable President, sir, for giving us permission to conduct such a wonderful event. And here, it's a really happy thing that 17 speakers from engineering and technology, they come forward as a speaker for this youth pitch presentation. And really, I would like to congratulate all the speakers. Imagine a world where no one goes to bed hungry, where every child receives quality education, where economic growth does not destroy nature, where development benefits everyone, not just a few. This vision is not a dream, it's a global commitment. It is a sustainable development goals. SDG goals are a set of 30 global goals adopted by all the United Nations member states in 2015 under the 2030 agenda for SDG development. They aim to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all by balancing economic growth, social inclusion, and environmental protection. The key features of this SDG are universal, that is applied to all the countries developed, developing, and least developed. Integrated, the social, economic, and environmental goals, which are interconnected. And the time bound, the target year is 2030. And it's also people-centered. It's focused on improving quality of life while protecting the planet. The Sustainable Development Goals provide a global blueprint for peace and prosperity. Achieving them requires collective action by government, institutions, communities, and individuals to ensure a sustainable future for present and future generations. Now, let me summarize the SDG Index Report from 2016 to 25. The SDG Index Report, first published in 2016, it progresses towards achieving the 17 SDG goals of 2030 agenda. It provides a comparative assessment of the nation based on indicators related to social, economic, and environmental development. Between 2016 and 19, the SDG Index showed gradual global progress, especially in areas such as poverty reduction, health, education, access to clean energy, and basic infrastructure. High-income countries generally ranked higher due to stronger institutions, while developing countries made steady improvements in social indicators. From 2020 to 2022, progress slowed or reversed in many countries due to COVID-19 pandemic. We all know that. The SDG Index highlighted setbacks in poverty, hunger, employment, education, and inequality, while health systems face unprecedented pressure. This period exposed deep inequalities within and between the countries. But during 2023 to 2025, the SDG Index emphasized the recovery and resilience. Some progress resumed, particularly in digital transformation, renewable energy, climate commitment, and social protection system. However, environmental goals, especially climate action, biodiversity, and responsible consumption, will continue to lag globally. Across the entire period from 2016 to 25, the SDG Index consistently reported that no country is fully on track to achieve all the 70 SDGs by 2030, while high-income countries perform well in health and education. They struggle with the climate and consumption-related goals. Developing countries show the progress in social goals, but face challenges related to finance, infrastructure, and climate vulnerability. In conclusion, the SDG Index Report 2016 to 2025 underscores that while meaningful progress has been made, world is not on track to fully achieve the SDG by 2030. Accelerated action, stronger global cooperation, increased financing, and inclusive policies are very essential to close the gap and ensure the sustainable development for all. So, we all together can achieve this by 2030. And now, I recall Yuvraj to Rudresh to explain about this today's event. Your presentation.
Stage. SDG for Energy. Youth Peace Presentation is an academic initiative organized by MGR IGEN of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute in alignment with the United Nations Academic Impact. The objective of this event is to present structured student reports and research-based studies that examine the interlinkage between various sustainable goals and SDG 7 affordable and clean energy. Each representation demonstrated how access to clean, reliable, and sustainable energy act as a critical enabler for achieving goals related to education, health, innovation, sustainable cities, and climate actions. The event emphasizes analytical thinking, data support insights, and practical solutions, encouraging students to align academic research with global sustainability work trends. Through this, students can share through this platform. SDG for Energy reinforces this platform where the SDG for Energy of foundation drivers were inclusive and sustainable development. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rudresh. Now, let me call Darshini from EC department to summarize this next report of 2025.
Hello everyone. Before we begin the youth speakers session. Hello everyone. Before we begin the youth speakers session, let's discuss about the UN report on SDG interlinkages with the SDG 7, which is the affordable and clean energy. This presentation is about leveraging energy action for advancing the sustainable development goals. The 2021 policy briefs that emphasize that achieving sustainable development goal 7 gives universal access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy as the critical foundation for the entire 2030 agenda and the Paris Agreement. According to the current global energy status, 90% of the global population had access to electricity by 2019. However, 759 million people still lack electricity and 2.6 billion people remain without access to clean drinking solutions. These deficits are concentrated in least developed countries, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa and parts of South Asia. The development, this report highlights that current progress is insufficient in meet SDG 7 targets by 2030 under existing policy trajectories. And now let's discuss about how this all 70 SDGs interlinked with the SDG 7. First of all, SDG 7 is the code for achieving all these 17 goals. So the first one, SDG 1, low poverty, energy poverty and income poverty are mutually reinforcing. Lack of reliable electricity limits productive activities and economic mobility. In SDG 2, zero hunger, energy is required across the food system, including irrigation, processing, cold storage, and transportation. The report states that up to 20% of loss in developing regions is linked to inadequate energy access. So, with this, we can realize that how the SDG 7 is important to achieve all these goals. And for decent work and economic growth, goal number 8. A clean energy transition could generate up to 30 million renewable energy jobs and 40 million energy efficiency related jobs by 2030. And about SDG 9 and 13, this SDG 7, which is clean and affordable energy, reduces the carbon emission efficiently and it leads to the low carbon industrial development. According to the SDG 6, water and clean sanitation, nearly 90% of global power generation is water incentive and underscoring the water energy nexus. And when coming to the SDG 14 and 15, this SDG 7 contributes with clean energy deployment, reduces ecosystem degradation, and supports biodiversity protection. And coming to the conclusion, the attainment of Sustainable Development Goal 7 is pivotal for realizing the 2030 agenda and securing a sustainable future for all. As the world grapples with the challenges of climate change, inequality, and development, ensuring universal access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy is a crucial foundation for achieving inclusive and resilient development and leaving no one behind. So with this, I will conclude by saying one thing. We should not think like the government should take responsibility of all of these development. Actually, as the youth of this country, we have to contribute something to our society by following these acts and rules, and we have to contribute something to our society. So, thank you. Now I invite Mr. Solek Santosh from Department of CSC to give the direction of Sustainable Development Goals.
So thank you, Leslie. So hi everyone and respected professors and my friends who will be watching me online. So my name is Solek B from BTech third year CSC at Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute. Today it's my privilege to present on this youth development, sustainable development goals on this youth pitch presentation. So today I'm going to be saying about the overall overview of all the 17 goals. So yeah, both UN SDG goals, because the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals is called as a SDG goals, and it has an agenda that in the 2030 we all need to achieve this thing, and it has been formed by 2015 by the United Nations. Okay. So let's see the futures of the 17 goals. So we all know these are the 17 goals which has been established, and these 17 goals are categories into various types. The first one falls, the first 6 will fall into the social category. As the first is a no poverty. This seems to end poverty in the all forms, in the all edges and corners of the world. We should not encourage any of the poverties. And the second is a zero hunger. I think those the 3 things we need for a living the food, shelter, and cloth. And the major things we also need to have any hunger and achieve the food, which needs to be consumed by everything and every person without any equalities. And yeah, third, good health and well-being. Is the thing that having a good health, physical mindset and mental mindset, both by having the awareness over there, which is rights for good health and well-being. And fourth, yeah, quality education. It needs to ensure that quality education for everyone, not for rich people or poor people. Everyone around the world needs to get access to the education, and the quality education is the motto of quality education. CG goals. And the fifth one, gender equality. It needs not to be have a mainstream discrimination or discrimination that thing. It needs to be have the same equality in the assets wise or any learning, growing, work, everything need to be have the equality. In the sixth is a clean water and sanitization. And all the results up to 40% of the disease may cause pure water. It may cause the water to be kept in a clean format to consume and have good water. So we need to have good sanitation over there. All this is the sixth. Sanitation has been developed. And yeah, as going to the next statement is this 7 goals has been categorized in the economic forms. So this, the first one comes out affordable and clean energy. Energies are in many formats, like electrical, solar, thermal, both many sources of electricity and the energy seems to be affordable and access to everyone. Because nowadays the EVs are not being consumed by everyone. So it needs to be affordable and also be sustainable by everyone. So this is the motto of the song. And yeah, decent work and economic growth. So nowadays people are lacking with like career guidance and so on, so things in this work related fields. So without settling this work, so we can't able to achieve the economic growth basically. So for that, good decent work culture is ultimately equal to the economic growth. And yeah, ninth one, innovation, industry innovation and infrastructure. See, everything is an innovation about it. We are completely to this college, we are the first, the car, like it is an innovation of strength. When speaking here, it's mind is innovation. So we need to promote every innovation over there. So without innovation, we can't able to progress next step. So it is also a major step to build a resilient infrastructure and to build a nation to make this society a good thing by 2030. And yeah, next, reduce inequalities. Inequalities is not so in unique fields like religion, caste, male or female, nothing. We should not be encouraging any kind of inequalities around us. So, and yeah, the sustainable cities and communities. So, it's made from the urban areas. The half of our world's population has been living in urban area and a city place. So, it needs to be a safe and difficult place to live. As we know, the 2 days back, what happened in Australia, the city side. So, these are all the examples should not be happening in the future, and it needs to be corrected by 2030. And yeah, responsible consumption and production. As a consumer, we will pay money, good money, and we need to consume a good product which has been produced by the company. Yeah, and important categories and environment based. We want to see the economic and everything. Now we are seeing about the environment. We have the 13, 14, and 15. See the climate reaction. We need to focus more on this climate action because the glaciers and mountains have been melting, and sea levels have been getting higher, and all those global warming has been happening over all. We need to make the alternative ways to prevent this climate actions to get into those stage before itself. And yeah, like waters. So every year, billions of liters of sewage waters and waste dumps has been dumped inside the sea water, which is ultimately affecting all those sea creatures and living things. We need to stop that, and we also need to constrain this by implemented. And yeah, life on land. Not for us, but also for the forests, street plants, everything needs to be in a good order and diversity. It needs to be having good water source and good climate thing, everything is good there. And yeah, last 16 and something will fall in the tolerance. It is a peace, justice, and a strong institution. If it is a good peace, it is a good quality life. So peace comes in the first place. So everyone needs peace and a strong institutions. And last, a partnership for the goals. For I speak about almost 70 goals. For making this only, I cannot do this. So with us, cannot do this. We need all the everyone in this state, in this nation, and all this country needs to contribute and make united to make this possible. And this is the agenda on the summit partnership for the goals. And yeah, this is the overview of it. And thank you for this opportunity. And thank you.
The exact presentation about the sustainable development goals by Santosh from CSE department. Well done. Now, let's start a session with the first speaker, Ms. Magdalene Magdalene, who's going to bring about this first SDG number 1, no poverty.
Turn it, girl. Okay.
Warm greetings for everyone. Myself, Magdalene, from the Department of AI, Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute. Imagine a world where living with food, shelter, clean water. Here, we're going to test about the Sustainable Development Goal 1, no poverty. About SDG 1. SDG 1 is the first of 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and by 2030, we need to end all its form everywhere. It is a foundation goal because poverty reduction directly affects health, education, and as well as the growth of the economic. Poverty is not only based on income, but it also includes food, clean housing, also the clean water, as well as the neutral education and healthcare. People living on extreme poverty face on social exclusion and highly vulnerable to disasters and economic shocks. So, SDG aims to focus on to end poverty in all its forms everywhere. SDG 1, the goal and its target. The goal is simple, but it's ambitious. End poverty in all its forms everywhere. There are 5 key targets, which includes target 1.1, eradicate extreme poverty. People who are living in less than $3 per day. Target 1.2, reduce national poverty at least by 2030. 1.3, to implement nationally propagated social protection systems. And 1.4, ensure equal rights to the basic services and the economic resources. And finally, target 1.5. We need to build resilience against economic and social environment shocks. Here, we see that the graph shows the propagation of the global population below the poverty line from 1990 to 2030. In 1990, there is a 43.6% people lived in extreme poverty. By 2015, poverty reduced slightly to 30%. And here, by 2025, there is a slight difference. And finally, 2030, there could be a 8.9%. And then interlinkages between SDG 1 and SDG 7. Now, it's a critical point to realize that, see here, energy is essential for breaking the poverty cycle. So here, around 79 million people still lack to electricity, and 2.6 million people still lack clean cooking facilities. See here, energy poverty directly affects the health, education, as well as the job opportunity also. Here, we can assure that we need to reduce the poverty. See here, this slide highlights the progress under report. Today, around 557 million people living in extreme poverty, or by 2.4% population with the social protection coverage, and nearly 3.8 billion people without social protection coverage. One in 10 countries affect from climate impacts, conflicts, and economic shocks. Here, there is a 20% economic gap between developed and developing nations. And one-third countries on track to reduce the poverty by 2030. The key challenges include debate, servicing, persistent gender equality, climate shocks also affect the poor by conflicts and also the regions. So for this, we have a solution which includes state social protection, also investing in clean energy, and advancing the gender equality to integrating these SDG policies. In conclusion, in SDG 1 requires urgent and integrated action. By combining these energy SDG 7, we can protect the social protection and economic opportunity that we ensure no one is left beyond by 2030. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. Together we can end poverty.
The exact information that not coming from competition with this department. Now I call upon Vijayanya from my technology department to brief about zero hunger SDG 2.
Sustainability. Sustainability is the policy of the future. I extend my greetings to everyone present online and offline. I'm Vijayana from second year B.Tech Biotechnology from Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. Today, I'm here to talk about SDG 2, Zero Hunger. The Sustainable Development Goal 2, Zero Hunger, aims to provide food security and improve nutrition, also to promote sustainable agriculture worldwide. It addresses the fundamental challenge of adequate, reliable and nutritious food provided for all around the year, and it also ensures the access of sustainable food to each and every person, especially the vulnerable people. It emphasizes modernizing farming techniques to promote resilient food systems and achieve zero hunger by 2030. Requires urgent coordinated action by the government and other organizations. So, a short note about SDG 2. First, to end hunger and food access. It is to ensure that we have safe, nutritious, and sustainable food access to each and everyone, especially the vulnerable, the poor, and the needy. Second one is to end the malnutrition. And ending malnutrition is necessary, especially for the children and women, as many of them suffer from stunting, wasting, and anemia. Small producer productivity. It is to promote small producers, small food producers by helping them to double the productivity and also promoting their business. And the fourth one is the sustainable agriculture. It is to ensure that we provide sustainable food systems and agriculture method and help improve the agriculture method by providing necessary things to improve it. Genetic diversity is to maintain the genetic diversity of the seeds, ensuring that we have sustainable food across the world. Investment increase. So we need investments in recreating the infrastructure, rural infrastructure, rural agriculture, and gene banks and researches based on agriculture in developing countries to ensure the sustainable food and food systems. Training. To help in training the foods from not only from the large producers but also from the small scale producers in order to achieve zero hunger. Then the last one is to promote food markets in order to help everyone access to sustainable food. So when we see the SDG index report, it is divided into so many parts, but let us go through it in a small way. First one, the global hunger and the food insecurity trends. So when we see that there is a decline in global hunger, but we can still see that there is still high percentage of people suffering from food hunger. Like for example, out of the global population, 8.2% are suffering from hunger and 28% are suffering from moderate to severe food insecurity. When we see the progress for the zero hunger, it is progressing in many of the countries, but we can also observe that there is uneven progress across the underdeveloping or the developing countries, especially the parts Northern Africa, Western Asia, and Sub-Saharan Africa. If you see in those regions, around 22.3% are facing hunger. Next, when we go to the part of malnutrition and diverse dietary standards, in child malnutrition, we can see that there is progress, but it is slowing down and reversing. If we see the statistics, you can see that for stunting, it was around 26.4% around 2012, while it has reduced to 23.2% in 2024. Wasting has decreased from 7.4% in 2012 to 6.6% in 2024. When we see about anemia in women, it has actually increased from 27.6% in 2020 to more than 31%. And inadequate dietary diversity, only 65% of women and 35% of children in between the age of 6 to 23 months have basic dietary standards. And the vulnerability and importance of small-scale food producers are largely neglected, and we need to help them overcome this obstacle and create zero hunger and achievable success. So the key proposed actions to adopt a food chain-centered approach to energy provisions that puts the need of food chain systems and increase funding for the agricultural research and innovative business models. Actually, necessity of sustainable energy for achieving SDG 2 and the current unsustainability, the inadequate affordability of the energy is making it hard for us to achieve SDG 2. So SDG 7 contributes a lot to SDG 2. So we need access to renewable, sustainable, affordable, and adequate energy to succeed SDG 2. And the conclusion is we need to take immediate action to achieve zero hunger. And we need to invest in small scale farmers and also promote sustainable agriculture.
Yeah, very fantastic. So, the now presentation, we must all work together to address the hunger, malnutrition, and food-based ensuring everyone has access to nutritious food. Now, next, for the SDG goal 3, good health and well-being, I'll call Ms. Bhavya. See, bye.
A healthy population is the foundation of a strong and developed nation. Good evening, everybody. My name is Bhavya Sri, and today I am going to present on SDG 3, Good Health and Well-being. SDG 3 aims to ensure healthy life and promote well-being for all people at all ages. It focuses on improving health access, strengthening health system, and building healthier society worldwide. This will cover important health services, health areas such as maternal and child health, infectious diseases, non-communicable diseases, mental health, and medical care. SDG 3 is very important because healthy people are the foundation for economic growth, productivity, and overall national development. Global and targets. Goals and targets. SDG 3 has several key targets to improve global health. This includes reducing maternal mortality and children and preventing child deaths and controlling major epidemics like AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and etc. Reducing mortality for non-communicable diseases like heart diseases, cancer, achieving universal health coverage and access to medicine. Global waste from road accidents and traffic accidents should be reduced. This is the graph of global report challenges and inequalities. Recent data shows that although progress has been made, is too slow to achieve the 2030 target. Child mortality has decreased globally between 2015 and 2023. Tuberculosis remains the deadliest infectious diseases worldwide and progress is slow. Malaria causes has slightly reduced, but improvement is not ignored. A positive development is that people need treatment for tropical diseases have been reduced from 2.19 million to 1.49 billion. However, the COVID-19 pandemic reduced global life expectations by nearly 2 years. In 2023, nearly 4.8 children under 5 died, which remains a huge number. There are large inequalities between rich and poor countries. The healthcare accesses medicine and medical equipment. Key challenges with interlinks SDG 7 and SDG 3. According to WHO report, people without access to energy benefits the most from clean energy solutions. Clean energy helps reducing poverty, improving gender equality, and accessing education. The WHO recommends making clean cooking a funding priority because traditional fuel causes dangerous air pollution. Countries should focus on clean energy investment for health facilities, handling pandemics and climate disasters. Solution to recover clean energy challenges for health. At the household level, lack of clean cooking causes about 3.8 million deaths every year Women and children are most affected. In healthcare facilities, the electricity is essential for surgeries, vaccine storage, laboratory testing, ventilators, and emergency services. However, over 1 million people depend on health centers without electricity, especially in rural areas. The report also points out challenges like poor coordination between health and energy sectors, limited funding, lack of efficiency, technology, and weak maintenance systems. At last, I'm concluding it by saying that in SDG3, good health and well-being is crucial for essential development, but not progressing is too slow to meet to try to let the target. Thank you.
Very good. So, usually, in order to support the thinking, it is a big section for all of this. So we have to take off on what now for the SAT4, quality education will be summarized by explained by Sanjay Kumar from Artificial Intelligence Department.
Warm greetings to everyone present. Myself, Sanjay Kumar from CSC AI from the MGR University Educational and Research Foundation. Today I am presenting Sustainable Development 4, Goal 4, Quality Education as a part of youth switch. Quality education is the foundation of sustainable development. Sustainable development, yet global progress remains even and slow, despite improved environment since 2015. Millions of children remain out of school and learning outcomes are declining, especially due to inequalities in gender, wealth, and geography. There are 7 targets of SDG4. Equitable primary and secondary education, early childhood education and pre-primary learning, access to technical, vocational, and education, skills for employment and entrepreneurship, equal access for all genders and communities, safe and effective school infrastructure, and trained and qualified teachers. Global status of quality education. 272 million children and youth were still out of school in 2023. Global school completion rates in 2024 were primary 88%, lower secondary 78%, upper secondary 60%. Learning quality increases only 58% of students meet minimum reading standards. Only 44% meet minimum mathematics standards. Infrastructure and digital gap. Over 20% of primary schools globally lack of electricity. In least developed countries, in more than 50% schools lack electricity. Over 2/3 schools lack of computers and internet. How clean energy strengthens equality education. Classroom transparency. Electricity provides proper lighting, which improves reading ability, writing accuracy, attention span, and classroom concentration. Digital learning enablement. With proper power supply, schools can use computers, smart boards, projectors, and digital learning tools, making education more interactive and step-oriented. Modern school facilities. Electricity allows the operation of science labs, libraries, computer labs, and digital examination systems. Long-term educational benefits of clean energy. Uninterrupted learning through reliable electricity, digital education growth via computers, internet, and online classes. Better teachers in rural schools due to improved infrastructure. Future ready skills in science, technology, and innovation. Clean energy builds modern classrooms, skilled students, and sustainable education systems. Conclusion. Quality education is not built for books alone. It builds by life in classrooms, powered in computers, and access to the digital world. When schools are powered by clean energy, minds powered with opportunity. Clean energy does not just power schools, it powers the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay. It's a very excellent one, and we know that all the clean energy doesn't just power schools, it just powers the future. So we all know the importance of education. Now, for the next goal, gender equality, I may call upon Yashvi Megam from Division AI and ML.
Progress is not measured by its access, but by the impact it creates. I extend a warm welcome to the esteemed panelists, respected faculty members, and to everyone who will be joining us today. I'm Megan from the Department of AI at the esteemed Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. Today, under the theme SDG for Energy, I will be speaking on the energizing link between SDG 5, gender equality, and SDG 7. Because energy is not just about power regeneration, it's about the voice, the access, and who gets the control. SDG 5 aims to empower all women and young girls. It's not just about treating the same between men and women. It's about removing the systemic barriers that stop women from having access to education, healthcare, leadership, employment, and safety. The targets include right to resources and ending discrimination and violence, also valuing unpaid domestic labor. These targets directly influence how energy is accessed, used, and governed. According to the SDG Index Report 2025, gender equality is necessary for attaining SDG 7. Yes, gender gaps have been reduced in mobile ownership and internet access, like about 2021. And yes, many countries have also adopted gender in their climate and energy policies. But here's the truth behind it. Over 2.3 million people still use polluting cooking fuels. And the women face the major health burden due to indoor air pollution. And not just that, women also spend 2.5 extra hours on domestic labor, unpaid labor. So the question is, are we progressing fast enough to meet the 2030 targets of SDG? The data says no. First, the goal SDG 5 map shows the majority of countries marked orange or red. Significant or major challenges remain, where very few countries have attained gender equality. Second, the violence metrics show a clear disparity. Women with disabilities face higher sexual partner violence and crime against them compared to women without disabilities. Example, Mongolia, 45 39% and male at 49%. Compared to women without disabilities. Third, the gender-wise age gap, even in young professionals or young population. So together, these metrics show that energy solutions designed without user realities will face adoption, sustainability, and market risk. Let me state this clearly. SDG 7 will not succeed without SDG 5. If SDG 5 is taken as an option. Why? Women are primary users, yet remain underrepresented in energy, entrepreneurship, and decision-making sectors. When you treat your primary use case to a secondary one, the misaligned R&D. It's not SDG damage, but product market fit. So, on conclusion, when SDG 5 is interlinked into SDG 7, the results are measurable. Great health, higher education retention, great productivity, and more resilient energy markets. Note this down. Efficiency follows inclusion. I would like to conclude by saying that. Thank you.
Wow, excellent presentation by National Player. Actually, the gender equality empowering all women and girls to reach their high potential and live with dignity. She has proved this, and now next for SDG 6. I would like to call upon Ashok Reddy from Artificial Intelligence.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Ashok. Oh. Good evening to everyone. This is Ashok. I'm from Department of CSE. We are MGR Educational Institution. Sustainable Development of Goals. SDG 6. Clean water and sanitation. It is the introduction of sustainable development of goals for environment, ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Main of implementation targets, international cooperation, economy, and introduction of clean water and sanitation. It is a proper sanitation facilities. It is a basic rights for every human being, and it is very important for every human health and well-being. Clean water and sanitation. It is involved water, sanitation, and hygiene.
You can move it. Slideshow.
Everyone, factors like poor infrastructure, mismanagement, and climate change means the million of people is the basic services. SDG going beyond just drinking water. It addresses the entire water cycle, including wastewater treatment, water quality, and the protection of water ecosystems. Targets of SDG 6. It is the 8 specific targets to be achieved by 2030. First one is safe and affordable drinking water. Achieve universal and equitable access to the safe, affordable drinking water for all. And second one is the open, efficient, and provide sanitation. Achieve access to and equitable sanitation for hygiene for all. Paying special attention to needs to women and girls. Third one is improve water quality, reduce population, eliminate dumping for chemicals, and have the proportion of wastewater. And fourth one is waste use efficiency. It is the increased water use efficiency across all sectors and water security. Fifth one is integrate water resources, and seventh one is protect ecosystems, and eighth one is implementations of international cooperation developing countries and support local community of water management. And importance of clean water. It is access clean water is foundation of health and productive society. These disease prevention like typhoid, malaria, cholera. Hydration and nutrition. Clean water is essential for the body for the function of preparing safe food and maintaining nutrition. Dignity, reliable access to water at home or school allows individuals to live with dignity and reduces the specific carry water of long distance. Importance of sanitation refers to safe management and disposal of human waste, making the infections and the proper cleaning and system prevents human waste from eliminating soil and water sources, stopping the spread for safety for women and girls. Private sanitation facilities reduce the risk of violence that women of face when they have to practice open infection of your sharing facilities. Importance of sanitation is the proper sanitation to the water resources rate of diseases. Global status of SDG 4.6 is drinking water. Approximately 74% of global population uses safely management drinking water, leaving 2 billion people without it. Sanitation. Only 58% of people has access to safely managed sanitation. Wastewater. About 44% of household wastewater is still discharged into the environment without being safely treated. Water stress. High water stress affects many regions by climate change, with billions living in countries where water demand outstrips supply. We can observe level of water stress in 2022 in North Africa and West Asia, and global process of IWR implementation 2017 to 2022 with projection to 2049 estimate. How to clean water supports development. It is a improve public health, dignity of safety, disease prevention, lower healthcare, and industrial and agricultural support, food security, agricultural support, and SDG 6 and 7 strongly interlinked. United Nations General Assembly the intention commitment to the human rights to clean drinking water and to sufficient, affordable, and nutritious food. Conclusion: every drop contains, every action matters. Clean water does not just sustain life; it sustains future. We are the youth, so it is in our hands. We can only make the changes to the actions that we do these wonderful actions.
Good, Ashok Reddy, by the proof that clean water and sanitation are the basic human rights. It's not a privilege. Yeah. Next, let me call Mr. Jeevan Sai Chaudhary from Information Technology, Department of Information Technology, to talk about the SDG 7, affordable and clean energy. It's nothing.
Good evening, everyone.
Today I'm going to explain about the sustainable development goal and so on. It's affordable and clean energy. As for me, I'm studying MGR University. It's a technical. So I can say code for city seven.
Go to next slide. Go to next slide.
Slide. Okay. Let's go. So I will say code. Energy is the bridge between dream and reality. As we all know, without energy, we cannot do anything. As everyone said earlier, energy is a major thing. Everyone has to have energy to do their goals, to do something. So my SDG 7 topic is very important for everyday topics. So let's go what SDG 7 goal is. So SDG 7 goal is we want to give access to everyone. Everyone should have access to energy. So in that there are two things. Human development. So when it comes to human development, as you can see, energy is vital anywhere. Everyone want energy in the daily life. For example, like studying or medical healthcare, communication is important. That's what energy means. Human development can give us an economic impact. Without energy, we cannot do many things. It will impact our economic ability. So energy is important for economic growth. The third one is resilience and recovery. So as I said, when COVID-19 happened, many of us didn't use any cars. So with that, we got less carbonization. So it's green recovery. So it's important. It's important resilient recovery in SDG 7 to Indian reports. So last one is global security. With energy, you will have global security and increase of security for every other things. So this is the goals. Targets for 2030. So every goal has targets for 2030, but basically 7 special goals. Universal access. If anyone wants to have the goal, if it's any there's the energy. It's universal access as well as clean booking. For example, say in Southern Africa, many don't have clean cooking, like they will use wood, not clean cooking fuel. So it's also considered universal access to energy. Renewable energy. So when you say renewable energy is important in this goal, because in renewable energy there are main buildings: solar, wind, and hydro. As we all know, solar systems and wind is we are taking wind and converting to energy as well as hydro. So energy efficiency is when you take something like when you are getting energy from hydro sources, we are using some energy and we are getting much back. But if we improve the efficiency, we can get even much, but we're using less. Like when we give less energy, we will get more energy. That's what energy efficiency is. So these are targets. Let's see what is happening. The graph. So international financial support for clean and renewable energy for developing countries reached 21.6 billion. So everyone has paid 21.6 billion for this goal. So in this, it takes solar, hydro, and wind. So when it comes to solar energy, has made an 84% increase and reaching 9.4 billion. And actually, that's astonishing. For wind energy, it has increased with 1%. And for hydro funding, it has increased by 61%. Actually, notice all of these are increasing. By funding, we are giving something for whole global thing. So, despite these 3 years, when I say from 2022 to 2025, despite these 3 years, we have funded, but nowadays the funding has reduced. And the impact has not that much been covered. So, as you can see, this has been mentioned. In 2023, 80% of commitments were distributed among European countries. So, every country is pitching in to do something from their part. So, the first thing, I will go to second thing, which is about the pre-booking energy, as I said earlier. It's all about, when I say it's all about using energy efficient and let's see, polluting fuels. when in cities use LPG, it's not going to produce any carbon like that. But in rural villages or example, southern Africa, they don't have resources and they don't have LPG. Everyone can't get LPG. So they're using wood and they're producing so smoke. It's a major problem. With this, it's affecting our global weather and many things. After that, women and girls are the most affected, spending long hours vacuum fuel. So they have to collect wood and things, and they have it's taking long time. Because of that, they are using many things. So, by conclusion, this type of action, we don't take action because as goal number 7, upper technology is a very important thing. With this, you can see energy empowerment, climate action, and time. With this, I will conclude. Thank you, everyone.
One that's a wonderful presentation about this student 7 and for the clean energy. Let's harness the power of clean energy to drive the sustainable future and share with universal access to affordable, reliable, and modern energy for all. Now, for SDG 8, decent and economic growth, I will call Mr. Kabilan K from the Department of Electrical and Advanced Engineering.
Good evening to wonderful present here. I'm Kabilan from Electrical Department. Today I'm going to present a SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. It is based on SPG index report and also expects to linkage with SPG 7. The goal of SPG is to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth and to ensure full and productive and to employment and decent work to all. This means economic growth should to continue over time, benefits all two sections of society and should not harm to future generations. And SDG 8 focus on not only for growth in numbers, but also on the quality of jobs and working in good conditions. Serious. The targets, there are totally 12 targets, and which is to achieve this goal to SDG 8 includes many several key targets, and which is full employment, equal pay for equal work, and youth employment, safe working conditions, and support for the entrepreneurship. And together, its targets aim to strengthen the economy while improving people's quality and for its dignity of work. This slide shows informal employment and decent work. You can see from the goal that is about 60% they are increasing the unemployment. That is, there is no job security works and there is no security for the jobs. And you can see the least developed countries, which is LDC. There is the highest 90% of the most workers are employed without the formal jobs. So informal jobs are extremely high LCDs. Depend upon the global. And the global and LDC economic growth trends, which is global GDP per capita growth is growing across regions. So least developed countries social sharp fall in economic growth. And LDC growth remains below the 7% of the SPG 8 target. And you can see the difference between the years from 2010 to 2014 is there. So it's the blue color, which is the higher than the 2015 and 2023. That is the less global work in the between of 2015 and 2023. Youth employment. The slides focus on youth employment, which needs stands for not in education, employment, and training. Globally, about 1 in 5 young people or nearly 20% fall under the need category. So youth unemployment is about 2 to 3 times higher than the urban employment. This is a serious concern because you thought that future of fire. This slide explains the links between the SDG 7 and SDG 8. And there is a both challenges, which is limited access to clean energy, job losses in fossil fuel sectors, and skill gaps in green technologies. It is and it upgrade to the more opportunities to expand renewable energy deployment and promote green jobs creation and invest in the skill development and training. So this directly supports decent work and sustainable economic growth. To conclude, SDG 8 is to ensure economic growth with decent work for all. By linking SDG 8 with the clean energy under SDG 7, we can create sustainable jobs and promote inclusive economic development. Thank you.
Very good, Mr. President. It's an honor to presentation. Next, we call Ms. Anishwari Lakshmi from Department of Information Technology to brief about the SDG 9 Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure.
Hello everyone, I am Aishwarya Lakshmi from Department of Information Technology. Today I am going to present about SDG goal number 9, Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure. This goal is all about building the strong foundation of sustainable country because good infrastructure connects people, improves transportation, support business and reduce poverty. So the industrialization means developing industries that produce goods, creates jobs and supports the economy, introducing modern and environmental friendly. Innovation creates new ideas, new methods, new technologies to solve problems. Overall, this helps build reliable and sustainable infrastructure, promote sustainable industrialization, supports small and medium industries, and helps to upgrade the outdated industries to eco-friendly one. Assembly put that a country cannot grow without it. Now, energy-driven industrial growth. So manufacturing values are increased by 17.3%. So manufacturing expansions needs more energy supply, stable electricity, and efficient production system, which is good because growth suggests energy availability. Regional growth is uneven here. So regional growth that grow faster, like Central or Southern Asia, usually have better energy access, improved grids, or cheaper power, while the regions with decline often face energy shortage, high cost, or unreliable energy system. These developing countries use only 40.6%, even though they are improved. Many
You can go to next slide. Please go to next slide.
Now, okay. Now the LCEs grew by 40.6%. So even though they are improved, many LDCs still lack affordable and reliable energy, limiting manufacture expansion and insufficient energy slows their progress. And employment dropped by 14.3% in 2015 to 14.2% in 2024. So this is because COVID-19 and supply chain issues also affect energy demand and the industrial energy use. So weak industrial performance often means lower energy consumption and underutilized energy capacities. How energy choices shapes the global emission. Now, here the CO2 emission is increasing by 0.8%. So most CO2 comes from burning fossil fuels for energy, which shows heavy dependence on fossil fuel energy, and fuel consumption is reduced by 1%. More coal and natural gases were used to meet energy demand, which increases pollution and climate emissions. And economics caused us a 15% rise in energy. rate emission and while advanced one slide ready. This growing energy needs rely on fossil fuels because of that energy demand is rising without enough clean alternatives. And clean energy technology prevented 2.6 gigatons of emission between 2019 and 2020. So the wind, nuclear, EVs, heat pumps reduces CO2 and clean energy is slowing down the emission rate. Energy efficiency through advancing mobile networks. So, high-income nations have 84% coverage, while low-income nations have only 2% coverage. 5G networks uses less energy per unit of data when compared to older networks. So, while 5G coverage supports energy efficient communication system, and 4G is still main alternatives because where 5G is not available, the country still rely on 4G or 3G networks, which consumes more energy to deliver the same amount of data, leading to higher energy usage. So around 4% of world still has no mobile broadband access. So areas without coverage often lack energy infrastructure too. So no coverage means no digital energy saving technologies, which shows down energy development. And least development and landlocked countries face major challenges with 50% of their population lacking mobile broadband coverage. Poor mobile broadband coverage access often reflects it. As a conclusion, SDG goal number 9 highlights the sustainable industries depend strongly on smart energy choices. Advancing mobile networks, like 5G improves energy efficiency and support cleaner digital infrastructure. So the type of energy we use directly shapes the global emissions and determine whether our growth is sustainable or not. By choosing efficient technology and cleaner energy system, we can drive industrial growth that is both innovative and economic friendly.
Very good, actually, techniques. Let's build a resilient and sustainable future by fostering innovation, promoting inclusive industrialization, and investing in a robust infrastructure. Now, next, let me call Mr. Dinesh from Department of Civil to explain about the SDG 10, reduced inequalities.
Good evening, Honorable President. Here I'm Dinesh from Dr. India Institute of Education and Technology. Here I am to explain about this DG and reduce inequality. By equality, we all need equality, but it's processed by reduce inequality of SDG 10. Here, since 2015, most countries have seen income and consumption growth for the bottom 40% of their population. Then its major deals with the discrimination. Discrimination among people as most probably in the overall countries. Then the total resource flow. The higher countries has a flow of resource continuously higher than the lower income countries. The poor economic or less likely to expensive above average growth among the market. Yeah. Since 2015, about 6 in 10 of 108 countries has a higher growth in income and consumption of energy. However, the high class incoming countries has higher results and the lower class incoming countries has forest for the result of becoming high. Then here, next comes the list of DGP is going towards labor income. The DGP is gross domestic product. It's different gaps between the labor and the owners.
here, globally, the labor income share of GDP fell from 52.9% in 2015 to 52.3% in 2024. The dollar of 255 of rupees has been reduced for annual income of the per person. Most regions saw a decline in the labor income share between 2015 and 2024. We have seen it marked by COVID-19's economic impacts. Then discrimination. In 119 countries, still we have been affecting its impact on the discrimination of our society. The discrimination of women and it has been classified by the different variations. It's for women, it's twice the rate, and it's for disabilities. And other disabilities people has been discriminated among the various category of employment, of shifting of their native places, etc. Then the resource flow. The resource flow of developing countries reached 429 billion in 2003 and increased from 290 billion in 2015. The ODA dominates these flows at 259 billion, which shares of total flow rising from 55% in 2015 to 60% in 2023. Then last, I conclude with the remittance. Here it refers to the digital remittance, which made up 30% of transactions average 5.3%, while non-digital method was 7.2%. The cost of sending money from group of 20 countries represents a significant source of remittance globally, increased slightly more than the global average cost. Bank continued to be a most expensive channel for costing 13.4% in 2024, up from 12.1% in 2023. All over the conclusion that SAG stands for supports of vulnerability on the economy and the discrimination and for that of bottom 40% of population present in the country. Thank you.
This is the village. Reducing inequalities, call for action to address the disparities, promote social, economic, and political inclusion, and build a more equitable world. Next, let me call Dr. Saiteja from Department of DS and AI to explain about the Sustainable Development Goal 11, sustainable cities and communities.
Good evening to everyone, respected persons, ma'am. My name is Dr. Saiteja from Claudia CSC Department, Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute. Welcome. Today I am here to present on SDG 11 cities and communities. My goal is not just to show how we build better cities, better how sustainability energy is the fuel that makes them possible. What is SDG 11? SDG 11 is nothing but currently overall facing 56% of the world pollution due to the cities. And by 2050, this number will increase. This number increase significantly. Rapid urbanization brings serious challenges such as rising pollution, unmanagement, waste, traffic, waste, slums, and disaster. SDG 11 will address all the issues. SDG 11 focus on creating sustainable cities and communities. Here is the some of the targets and goals. SDG 11 has targets focused on the building in inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable cities. In that, we are discussing about mainly 5 targets. First one is affordable housing, ensure access to the safe and affordable housing for all. Second one, sustainable transport, promote walking efficient public transport and safe and cycling infrastructure. Disaster resilience. building infrastructure capable of predicting, scanning, planning related disaster, waste management, developing efficient waste collection and recycling system. Green space. We want to create a park and open area for the carbon emission to reduce. In connecting with LDG 7 and LDG 11. In this, we are mainly focusing on the renewable energy like solar and wind, reduce pollution in cities, energy efficient building, lower power consumers, smart streets like reduce electricity and improve safety, EVs, reduce urban area pollution noise, sustainable public transport, metro and electric bus. Here is some of the problem statement for the LDG 11. Overcrowding and housing shortages, traffic congestion and waste pollution, unplanned and urban development, poor waste management, high disaster vulnerability. Here some of the solutions: building affordable safe housing, promote metro EVs and cycle, implement smart cities technologies, strengthen disaster resilient infrastructure, increasing green space and community participation. By concluding, LPG level is essential for renewable and sustainable growth. By improving housing, transport, energy, use based system and disaster, we can create cities that are healthy, resilient, inclusive. Thank you.
Very good. Now let me call Ms. Janani from Department of DS to explain about the SDG 12. Responsible consumption and production.
Good evening, my dear friends and respected teachers. A world where the food is waste on the other side, and while the hunger exists on the other side. A world where the earth is getting extracted resources faster than the earth can recover. Myself, Janani PhD from Department of Data Science, and today I'm here to present Sustainable Development Goal 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. With one message: the future of the sustainability depends with the choices we make today. About SDG Goal 12. It ensures sustainable consumption and production patterns to protect the environment. And also, we transform to produce the goods and services and to change our daily habits and to reduce environmental impact and waste. It also tells us that every small choice we make can have a big impact on the planet. About the key targets. Sustainable development management of natural resources. And then we are reducing the global food waste by half by the year 2030. And then we are significantly reducing the waste generations. And also, we encourage companies and industries to adopt sustainable practices like eco-friendly production and responsible waste management. These goals help to ensure that development happens without harming nature. According to the SDG Index Report 2025, only 6% of the countries are on track, and the progress is currently slow. Around 530 sustainable consumption and production policies were adopted in the year 2024, and around 96% of Fortune and 250 companies report sustainability practices, and around 67 countries also practice sustainable procurement policies. The crisis impacts and facts. The world is now facing a serious crisis, and on every day, food is wasted, and we need to recover and we need to change it. Around 1.5 billion tons of food is wasted globally. On an average, 132 kilograms of the food is wasted by each person. So, this caused the global economy to cost over $1 trillion and to contribute around 8 to 10% of the global greenhouse gas emissions. And at the same time, 1 million people also suffer from hunger. relating to SDG 7, that is nothing but the affordable clean energy. We all know renewable energy. If we use renewable energy, it reduces global gas emissions, and clean energy to power recycling. And if we use electric vehicles, that reduce footprint. Green manufacturing system can be used for energy efficient policies. Here comes the conclusion. We have all role in making a sustainable growth. Here comes, we should adopt circular economic practices like 3 Rs: reduce, reuse, and recycle. And we need to reduce the personal food waste and support local sourcing. We should choose sustainable brands and ethical products. And here comes the conclusion. SDG 12 is not an environmental goal. It is nothing but the economic growth, social responsibility, and global necessity. If we decide how we consume today, we can redesign the future we live in tomorrow. Let us move forward together as an informed consumer and responsible producer. Thank you.
Wow, super. Definitely. Let's adopt a sustainable lifestyle, promote a responsible consumption, and reduce waste to protect our planet for future generation, as she have discussed. Next, let me call Shivam Kumar from the Department of Artificial Intelligence to explain about the SDG 30 climate action.
Warm welcome to everyone present here and all listening to me. Myself, Shivam Kumar, I'm from the Department CSE MGR Top MGR University. Today I'm going to take you all through the SDG, which is climate action. So, and about the SDG 7, which is hot and energy becomes a power source that supports it. So SDG 30 focuses on the very global challenge we hear about every day, which is climate change. And asks a simple question: how do we protect people, the communities, and the species in a world that's changing, that's warming faster than ever? So here's a few given targets regarding this. So we need to build resilience in the communities, and we need to strengthen the early warning system so that we can help them prevent themselves before the disaster strike, or even anything unusual happens, they can withstand those impacts. So we need to provide the developing countries with financial resources for the climate planning, and try to make them shift towards the renewable energy resources, which is good in the long run. And we need to include these climate strategies in the development planning so that the climate actually remains a part of every decision. And as you can see, the only 70% of SDG targets are currently currently on track, and the climate-related ones are among the slowest progressing. So SDG 13 calls for stronger policies, better financial investments, and adaptation systems which can actually protect us from the risk ahead. So if we look at the global findings on the index report, the things are even clearer. So 2024 had been the hottest year, with the temperature rising nearly about 1.55 degrees Celsius, above pre-industrial levels, and also the CO2 levels, which have been highest in over 8 lakh years, nearly above 420 ppm. You can see that in the and even if you look at the global emissions, which are greenhouse emissions, so it has been nearly about 57 gigatons. It's like 57 billion tons of heat trapping gas getting released into the air in just 1 year. And the emissions are mainly from the power and transport and agriculture. You can see that in the graph chart, it's contributing nearly half of the emissions released globally. So, and the fossil fuel subsidies still remain above $1 trillion even after a decline. You can see the bottom graph, which shows that which shows that the North America, Europe, and the parts of Asia, they are contributing. There's more demand of energy, and so the emissions are high. And you can see WMO, which is World Meteorological Organization, it confirmed 2024 as the hottest year, which brings the irreversible changes like ocean acidification, which is like the most part of the CO2 getting, when the CO2 gets released in the air, the ocean absorbs the most part of it, and it also makes the polar ice sheets in the poles, which rises the sea level. And now this climate related disasters are causing nearly $202 billion of loss every year. And even though the deaths are declining, the number of people affected still remains still keeps increasing. You can look at the graph which showing that 2024 as the darkest red, which is showing 1.55 degrees Celsius comparing to the readings. And now, with the current policies, the world is leading towards a 3 degrees Celsius of warming, which may sound small, but every 1 degree Celsius in the increase in temperature can shift the entire weather patterns completely. Now, how do we solve that? So here comes HTV7 affordable clean energy, which becomes a power source supporting it. As we know that most of the climate challenges we face come from the way we use, produce and use energy. So if the nations invest in the renewable energy resources like solar, wind, and hydropower, also the energy efficient technologies like battery heating and cooling systems, smart buildings and installation systems, these all together can reduce the emissions and helping countries stay aligned with the 1.5 degree Celsius pathway. Also meet the Paris Agreement goals and the national 30 targets at the same time. So, when the nation invests in resources in energy resources like this, they don't only produce the future of it, but also support the green recovery, which is giving the planet a chance to recover. You can see the employment issues there, the solar and the bioenergy. This all producing the highest in this field. And you can see that China is contributing the most part of it, supported by India. So we can see the changes. And when you know the best part, these are energy, renewable energy and the energy efficient is both together can achieve up to 90% of energy related carbon reductions by 2050. And so so we can say that when the 57 actions are aligned with the climate policies, it can strengthen the global climate progress at a very great rate. So coming to conclusion, considering the current conditions we are creating, even if in the future, if there is a chance to shift our entire civilization career planet, as we know that it cannot be, they will only consider specific people's community and the species, but not overall. By overall, I mean that we cannot get the ecosystem we have, this beautiful kind of ecosystem we have on this planet on any other. That's why we call it home. And before taking any actions, we have to be aware of the consequences and keep this in mind that there's no planet B.
Very good, very good. So thank you for this. Climate action demands this urgent attention. We all know that daily, in our daily life, we are experiencing that. The morning is like raining, and after afternoon it is very hot. So it needs climate action, needs urgent attention. Let's all work together to reduce the emissions, adapt to climate impacts, and build a sustainable world. Next, let me call Javed from our Department of Biotechnology to brief about the SDG 14, life below water. So my name is S.K. Javed, and I'm from the Department of Biotechnology. Today I'm going to speak about that is SDG for Sustainable Development Goal 14, how it is interlinked to SDG 7. SDG 7 is nothing but affordable and green energy. We know that water bodies are very essential for us because everything in like SDG 13, SDG 14, and SDG 15 is interconnected with the SDG 14 because the plants are also available in the water bodies, the living microorganisms, all the things which is out there present in the water bodies. We can even explore many things and other. Like recently research, we found that spirulina that is used for superfood called the master drugs. And knowingly or unknowingly, we keep on destroying our bodies. We're knowingly or unknowingly, we are looting and we are destroying our water bodies without knowingly. So what are the problems that we are causing the water bodies? That is pollution. Pollution is 8 million tons of plastics in the oceans every day or everything yearly. So the thing is, if we stop usage of plastic in every step, we can come and we can reduce it. And after that, overfishing. And overfishing is the most beneficial problem that is prevailing is now because that is the thing is if we keep on fishing in each and everything, we will ruin everything. Like we are not at all giving a place for the fishes and our place to develop themselves. And the habitat destructions, forest reefs and mangroves disappearing. Acidification. In the industries, we are developing many types of acids, many types of things that knowingly or unknowingly, we are just leaving inside into the water body without taking into the correct directions and correct disposable matter. And after that, oil spills. For the oil spills, it is the most known thing that is the ships, the sailing in the seas, they are spilling the oils. So that they are totally destroying the water bodies knowingly. That is the thing where we know that if we ruin the life of the water bodies, if we keep on spilling like these things are all. And noise pollution. We think that how noise pollution can affect the water bodies. Noise pollution can affect the water bodies because it will ruin it and it will keep changing of everything. And the climate change impact is ocean heat level reached a record high in 2024 at 8 years stage. Ocean acidification that takes pH has declined steadily from 8.1 in 1985 to 8.04 in 2023. That is why 8.4, which is very acidic. Fishery sustainability in 2021, that is 64.5% of marine fish stocks. Inshore fishery protection, that is only 8.4 of the ocean is classified as marine protected areas. Interlinkages between SDG 7 and SDG 14. Sustainable development goal SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, and that is SDG 14 9 gigawatt are strongly interlinked primarily through their shared relationships with climate and change and pollution. Progress in achieving SDG 7 directly contributes to SDG 14 by mitigating the primary drivers of ocean degradation, ocean acidification, pollution, and climate changes. Interlinkage and contribution, that is combating the ocean acidification. It's a very usual thing that if we stop the pollution, if we stop the everything that we are doing knowingly, we can save the water bodies and save the many things which is unexplored in the ocean water bodies. And each and every step you will take is near to the success. Thank you. This is SK Gary. Good job. This is Shadina Lily from the Department of Products and Communication Engineering to speak about the SDG 15 life on land.
Good evening, respected dignitaries. Myself, Arvind Devi, under the Department of Electronics and Communication from Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. Today, I would like to speak about the Sustainable Development Goal number 15, Life on Land, which reminds us that protecting nature is not a choice, but a responsibility. Imagine a planet where trees are no longer produces shade and animals exist only in picture. Animals exist only in picture and land can no longer produce food. Breathing becomes difficult, survival becomes uncertain, and nature lost its balance. This is not an imagination, it is reality. We are slowly moving towards that if we fail to act. What is SDG 15? Focus on protection, restoration, and sustainable use of land ecosystem. It aims to convert forests, protect wildlife, and stop land degradation and prevent biodiversity losses. Current scenario. Today, land ecosystems are under severe pressure. Large-scale deforestation, soil erosion, and habitat deforestation are increasing at an alarming rate. Target and goal of SDG 15. The main target of SDG 15 includes protecting and restoring ecosystems such as forest and grassland and wetland, stopping deforestation and land degradation, converting biodiversity and wildlife, promoting sustainable land use practices. Challenges and opportunities. One of the biggest challenges in achieving SDG 15 is demand of land for the activities such as agriculture, industries, and energy production, especially bioenergy. This often leads to deforestation and competition between production of land and conservation of land. The problems we face and the solution could be the major problems is affecting the life on land are deforestation, loss of biodiversity, climatic change. The solution would be afforestation and reforestation, strong forest and wildlife protection law, sustainable land management, global investment in biodiversity conservation, as shown in the graph, proves the collective and action can bring positive changes. Roles of individuals in society. Protecting the life on land is not only a duty of government. As an individual, we can contribute by planting trees, reducing waste, supporting conservation programs, spreading awareness about environmental protection. Conclusion. To conclude, SDG reminds us that nature doesn't belong to us. We belong to nature. Protecting forest, wildlife, and land ecosystem is essential for climatic stability and food security and human well-being. As we act responsibly today, we can ensure the greener, healthier, and more sustainable planet for tomorrow. Together, let us protect our forests, respect the wildlife, and restore our land because the sustainable earth is the greatest gift we can give for the future generation. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you so much.
So a fantastic presentation, Bhaskar. It's our responsibility that we have to take care of the life about land. Now, next, let me call Mr. Ravi Prashant from our Department of Mechanical Engineering to speak about the SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions.
Thank you, ma'am. A warm greetings to everyone present. Myself, Naveen Prashant, as a mechanical engineering student, second year. What is SDG 16? A sustainable development goal, which is main purpose to promote a peaceful and inclusive society and a sustainable development. Aims to promote a peaceful and inclusive, the affordable and the institution of all levels. The main mission and the purpose are to the 17 goals adopted by the United Nations 2015, which is the mission to encourage peace and the justice while strengthening the institutions. Without the peace, the effective governance process towards the global goals, marking an SDG 16 and ability to global critical. The 4 targets, there are 12 targets and the 24 indicators for a wide range of issues. Reducing violence everywhere, including the conflicts and the death of homicides. Reducing all forms of violence protecting children from abuse and trafficking, promoting the rule of the law, and increasing the equal access to the justice. These are the 12 targets which is promoted by the governments of global clusters. The solution of a SDG 16, which is reduced by all the forms. These are the targets which has been shown all over the way to the highest level of 19,000 over the rule and the law of access and justice for all. The current changes, which is the number of victims, which was 28% in 2021, and it been reduced by the 12 months period of data from 28 to the 45% of in 2022. As per the conclusions, the world has changed, but the relevance of the SDG 16 remains. To achieve the 2030 agenda, we need to deliver focus on peace, justice, and address the internal global crisis. Thank you.
My excellent presentation by Naveen Prashant. It's a really fantastic one. Let's promote peace, justice, and strong institutions to build a just, equitable, and peaceful society for all. Now, let's be following the last speaker, Mr. Vignesh from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, to speak on SDG 17. Partnership for the books.
Mr. Vignesh and the department. The MGR University. Today I'm going to present about SDG 17, which is called Scholarship for the Course. You see, this 17 is just not just one goal. It's the engine that drives all other goals to sustain it. So how you implement goals, how you implement institutions. Foundation of partnership, scope and research, core principal golden threads. That is how can the golden threads is connect economic growth and social efficiency. In the environmental sustainability undergoes the systematic message of the implement partnerships. So then always I actually wanted to six form. Because sustainability, domestic resource, and IMC marketing access, ODA commitments, global systems, and technology transfers. In commitments, the development countries commitment to applicate 0.7 for the GNI of official development approximation. It's called ODA. And it's global system is also the WTO, second the global economic sustainable and sustainable development. Strengthening the system that across disappear as essential to develop the ILO increasing the role for the inclusive growth and private logistics. These are the report from collected by IGEN report from 2025 in the developer. So I take the three main report from data storage and internal usage, and resource flows. In internal use, as we see 68% in 2024, they are using 68% people locally using the internet access. Overall, the connecting people, 5.5 million people worldwide. It increased from 40% in 2015. In data coverage, the SDG data system comprising 80% of enhance the data infrastructure, especially for the effective monitors. And then it's sustainable development goals. The business flows, ODA. They are currently developing the funding, the flows of funding, currently climbing to 429 billion in 2023. These are the final structures of the record and ODA connection in this way. Data vulnerability. Data vulnerability 29 user SDG indicator survey the independence of the time for progress and education and poverty. So these are
interacting with SH Saga is also really wonderful for us for me. It's because the access deficit is called capital raise across 92%. And 663.4 million people served electricity in 2023. Additionally, 2.1 billion liters to pollute the fuel stocks leaks, like pollute like waters or something else like cooking. Industry gas. Industry gas in India only for 14 billion in 14 billion in 2018 for short of the estimate weeks. And the poor interlinked with their LPGs. It is fundamental to achieve all SDGs progress sustainability. Energy upon the education increasing and waters. These are I asked for the two challenges for students or someone who wants to talk. Challenge number one is financial gap they are facing right now. Actually, the soil solid seeds, serving approach to institute for fraudulent company source, discouraging ingress, public private and across sectors collaboration. These are the conclusion to reduce to collective action and unwavering commitments. We can overcome the challenges because we build a more equity and reduce sustainable future outcomes. Thank you so much for all personal. We are the students. We are the people leaders. Thank you.
Let's come to the end. Let's strengthen the global partnerships, foster collaboration, and achieve the sustainable development goals for a better future. Now, so I hope all the speakers are given a wonderful presentation about sustainable report from 1 to 70. This section, I would like to thank once again the president and also join with the events competition subcommittee, Dr. Ramesh sir, and all the dignitaries and executives and other departments and all the speakers and team members who are coordinated for the. Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you. Next, order plans right here, please.
So before order, very happy announcement is there. We had shared our live program and our Zoom link generally to all. Okay. So the program was launched by the Honorary Secretary of Tamil Nadu State Center IGEN, and so they feel very happy. We invited you all for the same session in Tamil Nadu State Center, 19th evening by 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. They given 1 hour slot for the same session. The Tamil Nadu State Center is celebrating Energy Conservation Day from morning to evening. Morning 9 o'clock they are starting the event. So actually there is a 7, 10, 12 events are going on across Tamil Nadu. The 19th is the final day. Morning 9 o'clock, 4 o'clock, there is a 150 students are participating. And after in the evening, they are planning for the lot of, actually they are under the plan of lot of events. And they had a poster, they was very happy, they want you all to be there for the same session. Okay. So that is called, I told that we will start from MGR and go to United Nations Plan. Now we are moving towards from here to Tamil Nadu State Center. Okay. We all done very good presentation. And maybe we have some review on that, how we can able to do this. After we are closing the session, we can do some 5 minutes and then we will close the session after that. Okay. Some observation we had. So we give the feedback also so that it will be useful for you for the improvement. Devish, quick word of that.
So every day we teach you a lesson. Someday we teach you a story, but one day we teach you the day of success. Let that day be the day of your spotlight. So a very pleasant evening to one of the here and David Chai. known as IGEN, is representing Dr. MGR Education Research Institute as a biomedical engineer presenting here today. Well, I would like to thank the entire management of Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute for your wonderful opportunity in making of this beautiful occasion. I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to our beloved President, ACS Kumar sir, and our beloved Chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam sir, our beloved Vice Chancellor, Dr. S. Geeta Lakshman, for your support, for your guidance, for your visionary action in making this event a grand success today. We also would like to thank our beloved Dean of Students Affairs, Dr. Kanyana, our beloved Dean of Engineering and Technology, Dr. Edra sir, Dr. Silva sir, for your questions, for your patience in making this event a grand success today. I take my immense pleasure to thank our beloved mentor and the greatest mentor of Institution of Green Engineers when we're talking about sustainability and environmental action, Professor Dr. Ramesh, Joint Officer of Dr. MGR Education Research Institute, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to be a part of this event today. When we are just talking about sustainability, there is a person who is getting by sustainability. That is none other than the Dean of Dr. MGR Education Research Institute, Dr. E. Kavita, joined us today for this wonderful session as the moderator of this event. She makes perfection and marvelous actions in whatever that she does. So once again, I would like to thank all the 17 SPG warriors. So starting from Sole support from the Department of CSC, Mangali from Department of Artificial Intelligence, Ananya from Biotech, Bhavesh from ECE, Kalisha Kumar from Artificial Intelligence, Yasmin Begum from Artificial Intelligence, Palla Ashok Reddy from Artificial Intelligence, Jeevan Sai Chowdhury from IT, Kabilat K from Tripoli, Aishwarya Lakshmi from IT, Dinesh from Civil, Kota Sai Teja from DS and AI, Janani from Data Science, then Shubham Kumar from AI, Jack SK from Biochar, Sharmila Devi from EC, Naveen Prashant from MET, Vigneshwaran from MET, and Dashni from the Department of ECE. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Yuvraj Singh Yadav and Mr. P. Rudresh Kumar for a wonderful initiation, gentlemen, for the making of this event. You are I also would like to thank Mr. Yuprish from MGR ENSAVCLUB, Mr. Sabarish from MGR ENSAVCLUB, Mr. Kevin Asher, Mr. Vishnu, Mr. Kupuras, for your wonderful initiation, for your wonderful implementation, for your presence and patience in making in pitching perfections in every part of this event. I also would like to thank each and every one of the virtual participants who are part of this event. Hope the certification link is posted in Zoom. Please to visualize more in MGR ENSAVCLUB. With that, please signing off is Mr. Davis from Dr. MGR Education Research.
Thank you. Thank you. Please post the certificate, then it will close the live. Make it fast. Post it, huh? Then it will stop the live and so we have it.